I'm Mary Verstraete, and I'm a Habitat hero. My name is Mary Verstraete, and I have worked with Habitat for longer than I actually know when I started. I started with Habitat when I heard a commercial on the radio, oddly enough WQMX, which I still listen to and still works with Habitat, and they were sponsoring a home build and were inviting their listeners to come out and volunteer for a day, and I thought that was a great way to maybe meet some people and find some people with similar interests. So I went out and worked on a house. It got me hooked, and I have been volunteering at home builds probably since the late 90s. When I retired in 2018, I became a loyal volunteer and went out rather regularly on home builds. Served on numerous committees with Habitat. I did a 6-year term as a board member with Habitat. I donate to the Restore. I help out with some of the warehouse projects where they make things to sell in the Restore. So I wear a couple of different hats here at Habitat, and I loved every minute of all of it. Probably all the people I've met, and the fact that I feel like I'm physically doing something to help other people. Those are kind of the two key things. I've always enjoyed doing things for other people, helping people out, making their lives a little bit better. So just knowing that everything I do with Habitat is helping someone either here at Habitat, helping a new homeowner get a home of their own, and those types of things have been great. And when I purchased my first home, as I say, I never thought twice about owning my own home, and it was something that was very important to me to have my own place and that type of thing. So when I started getting involved with Habitat and learning a little bit more about the story and what Habitat really does, there's a lot of misconceptions about people, Habitat giving away homes and things like that, and I know there's a lot of that, and I try to do what I can to get the word out how great an organization it is. But that sort of connection with people wanting their own home really was important to me and clicked a little bit. So to me, again, one of the most emotional times at Habitat is going to like a home dedication and seeing the people, especially the kids, and they've got their own room for the first time, and they've got their own house, and seeing that joy and knowing that I had a little piece of it. A, I really enjoyed doing the building, but B, in '93 I bought my own house, and it was my first house, and it was older and needed a lot of work, so I realized that I was learning a lot about repairs and modeling and remodeling and that type of thing, and so I kind of enjoyed coming back out and doing those types of things to learn things. And the site supervisors are always fantastic at helping people learn how to do different things. I've formed a lot of relationships with the folks here. I've known Rochelle for a long time and just value the job she does keeping this organization going, and really became close to Drew. When he started here, we worked on a lot of things together, and we kind of clicked. I've worked with him on the golf outing and some of the other activities and events that have gone on, and he's just a really great guy to work with. Hit it off a lot with Lori, one of the site supervisors, and I'm a female engineer and she's a female in sort of a non-traditional career, and she and I have gotten along really well. But as I say, I love all the site supervisors, John and Tim, and I knew Will and John, and it was even a time when I was working on my kitchen and I had to do some insulation, and I wasn't really sure how to tuck it in around an electrical outlet. So I texted Will at the time, and he got right back to me and helped me out at that point. So I was very, very excited that he was willing to do that type of thing. And then all the loyal volunteers. unique in the boards that I've served on. I've served on some other smaller boards, nothing of a major board like this is for an organization. But one of the things I appreciate about the board is being able to not just sit in a meeting and listen to people talk, but to contribute. And I feel like what I've contributed has always been listened to. There's a lot of great discussion. Other boards I've sat on, you go and you listen to a presentation and you might ask a question and you're done, and you see them in 6 months. With the Habitat board and the way that Rochelle runs it, I think it's been really a great way to contribute, as I say, to get involved, to do things. It's not just come and write a check and we'll see you next time, but it's get involved, give us your time and do the things that you enjoy doing. And as I say, getting to know some of the other board members has been really, really fantastic. First thing is to learn about Habitat. As I say, I was naive when I first started with Habitat and really didn't know the entire mission and all the things that they do. And I mean, the fact that it's grown so much since I got involved, when I got involved, we were building houses and there was a small restore, and it's changed dramatically since we've moved into this building, and the restore is much bigger, but now they're also doing the renovations of houses that have been donated. They're doing the aging in place projects. So it's really grown to all aspects of housing in this community. And that's, to me, huge. Just the fact that this organization is very strong. It's very committed to improving housing in the Summit County area, as well as working with neighboring communities and that type of thing, I think is so wonderful. And as I say, it's a great experience to come out and volunteer. You don't need to know anything. When I've worked with people who have never used a hammer or a screwdriver or a power drill, and everybody's great and they teach you all sorts of things, and it's a comfortable, accepting workplace. And if that's not your bag, there's loads of other ways you can volunteer with Habitat. They need people in the restore and people to help out with events and be on committees, and there's loads of ways to get involved. It's not just swinging a hammer if that's what you don't want to do. Lots of other opportunities.